The other day I was just sitting on my couch and I was just listening to all the things that were going through my mind. And it was just like a whole huge series of a loop statement, pretty much. If you guys are into programming, you'll know what a loop statement is. It just means that it's like, think of it like a trap. It's just a series of events that happen in a loop. They just loop around and around and around. So one is like, I sit there and I'm thinking, why am I sitting on this couch? There is a lot of other things I could be doing. I could be doing something with my life. And then that moves into, well, what do you want to do? And then that thought moves into, well, you're so indecisive. You're so indecisive about yourself, and you need to learn how to control and focus your thoughts. Then you wouldn't be sitting on this couch. And then my mind jumped back to, well, what if you're just relaxing? Because you have to relax if you want to be efficient at doing something productive. Then my mind jumps back to, well, what are you actually going to do that's productive? You haven't done anything productive ever since you started sitting on this couch. And I just kept listening to my mind, it was on this, and it happens all the time. Like, a lot of times it happens without me, without me noticing it. Like, I realized that because I start to wonder, like, why I always feel so bad when I get in certain situations. And I went to a bar recently. I don't drink anymore, but I went there because it was opening for one of this company I'm working for right now. And it was like an opening for one of their sub products, and I was just sitting there like listening to my mind, and it was like, man, look at all these people. Like, what are they doing with their lives? All they're doing is just drinking themselves into oblivion. They're totally missing out on life, and they think that they're doing something that is actually productive. They think that they are being social. And then I talked to one of the girls that were sitting like next to me, and I said, is this all you guys do here, like at the bar? Is this you guys just chill out, hang out, or whatever? And she was like, yeah, she's like, yeah, it's so much fun. And I was like, it doesn't seem like you're having fun. And she said, no, I get to be around my friends, and we just sit around getting drunk. She was like, do you want a shot? And I said, no, I don't really drink anymore. And she like felt really sad because I wasn't, participating with them. And same with my friend. My friend offered to, buy me some drinks, and I said no. I just ordered another water, and I felt, I was just sitting there listening because it was interesting to me. That was more interesting than me trying to figure out like why I'm wasting so much time. And it was the same series of events. It was the same loop statement that was happening when I was on the couch. It's just a little different. It was like, what are you doing with your life right now? Well, I think about like, if I didn't ever put myself in that situation, I would be thinking other negative thoughts. But it doesn't really matter those thoughts are there. I just have to acknowledge that they're there, and then they go away. So when I started listening, and it said, when my mind says something like, what are you doing on this couch? Well, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, because if I'm just in my head thinking about it, then I'm missing out on the couch. I'm missing out on how awesome the leather feels, and how relaxed I feel, and I'm missing out on just the silence that is around me. And then I thought about that time when I was at the bar and all my friends were around, and I thought, wow, those people are missing out on all the silence in the room. And it was like those people are missing out on the universe because they're just going out of their way to get drunk. And they don't realize it. They don't realize that they're doing this to themselves. And then I realized that me thinking about them doing that was me missing out myself on the lights and the music in the place. I was so fixated on the idea that I was getting caught up in the drama of not participating in the drinks and feeling like an outcast so much that I was missing out on the environment. And then my boss came up to me and he was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I told him he's like, "You get anything to drink?" I said, "No, I'm not. I don't drink anymore." And then he said, "Oh, that's cool." And then he sat there and I asked him, I said, "What do you do when you're here?" He was like, "Well, you just relax." And I asked him, like, "Well, what do you do? Like, what do you just like sit there and not do anything?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You can talk to people if you want, but it's just a place to hang out." And then I said, "Well, isn't that super boring?" Because to me, he's like one of the most productive people I've ever met. And he was like, "No, you just relax." He's like, "You just sit here and you just enjoy the music." And he was like, "You just relax. Totally just hang out with everyone." And I just was struggling with it because I was just like, here's somebody who I think has like just amazing like abilities to focus. And this guy is a millionaire. He's got like he's got, like an amazing car, and he's got a huge house, and he has a wife, and he has like all these really good things. He has a business that he runs, and he's very happy. And then I think like, so this guy can just go here and just be around all these other people. And he said, and then I asked him like, "Well, what's the point? Like, isn't this a huge waste of your time?" And he said, "No." He said, "There's a beauty here that you don't see." And that's, I know why I couldn't see it, because I was totally like devoured by my mind and my thoughts. And I was not paying attention to the world around me. I wasn't paying attention to the leather on the chair. I wasn't just relaxing and feeling how relaxed I was. I was so focused on the environment and how it's I was so focused on that voice that's sitting there, that's always there with me, that's saying like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" And that's because I identify with myself. I identify with my identity that I believe is me, when really there is no me. It's just like there is that person that says me is the same person that, it's just like a little kid that's screaming like, "This is mine, this is mine, this toy is mine." When it's just a toy, it's not anybody's property, really. It's just a toy. The only person who makes the toy the property is the greedy little kid. But if the kid was able to say that this toy is just part of the universe, then it's everybody's toy. And to me, like, if I just sit there and say, like this person that is sitting here, this body that I'm sitting in, it's not really me. It's just part of the universe, it's just a toy in the universe, and it's just here, and I'm just here to experience whatever it goes through, and I'm just here on a ride. It's like the biggest ride in the universe. It has a lot of really cool things like consciousness, and I get to house my consciousness inside of this body, and this body doesn't belong to me, but it's just part of the universe, and so am I. I'm part of the universe. So for me to get caught up in something like a petty loop thought, I'm missing out. I'm missing out on the point. And when that hit me, it was pretty awesome. Like, I can't, it's really hard for me to explain it because you either get it or you don't. And the people who get it, they'll be like, oh man, like I totally understand. But people who don't get it, you just, it just sounds like rambling. But it really is, you can't explain it. You can't really explain what I'm trying to explain in words, but if you have experienced what I'm talking about, then you will understand. That's all I can say about it. Really, it's just, I guess like the main point is that there's a lot of people who want to explain life and stuff like that in words, and you can't explain life in words, because life is not something you can put into words. So it's not something you can put into a symbol, because you're the person that puts that identity on that symbol. So you can't explain life in words. You can only experience it. Life explains itself. It's kind of like if you were going to watch the sunrise. If you were going to go watch the sunrise, and the sunrise itself is already beautiful, but if you say it's beautiful, then it's only beautiful to you, and because it's a memory of something that was real at one point in time, or something that is happening. But if you say it to somebody else, they might not agree. They might hate the colors of the sunrise, and they might say that it's ugly. Then you might start to look at the sunrise differently, because you have a different feeling about ugly, and then it takes you away from the moment. You no longer can experience the sun. All of a sudden, all you see is just ugly. And you never see the sunset again if you say it's beautiful. So think about something right now. Like think about the sunset. And then start to think, where this sunset that I see in my mind, where is that sunset? It exists somewhere. I don't know. I think that if to have you, I don't really care though. I really don't care anymore, because I can't explain to you guys any further, any more things. Like, the more I talk, the more confusing it gets, and the more it starts to drag away from the point. But anyway, this video was really for me, and this is one of those. All right, so there's a huge library of videos I have that actually they don't exist anymore because I deleted them, but there's a lot of videos that I've made, and I've never released them. I've never put them out there. Like, I either like listened to parts of them, and then I just deleted the entire video and decided not to release it, and then just decided to make it very simple and just like do one point and like do a start and then go into the meat of it and then end it with a nice conclusion. That's usually how I think of like video topics and stuff like that. So I just do one topic at a time. I try to do it that way, and I'm getting better at it. But this is one of those, like this rant right here is one of those videos where I would have listened to it, and then I would have deleted it, and then I would have talked about something very basic, and then I would have uploaded it, and you guys would have never heard something like this. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and the next time you're sitting on the couch, just sit there and don't think, and just listen to your mind. Just sit there in silence and listen to your mind, and you'll learn a lot more about yourself than you will. And aside from that, I really don't. I saw some other games, but I think it's Minecraft. I just need to get into a community or something. I don't know. I like Minecraft though. I like how just simple it is, and I really want to get back into YouTube. So I got to think of some other videos that I can start jumping back into and making, because I do want to get back into YouTube. I do want to like start having fun with it again. I can definitely make music again, but I don't think music is something that, I don't know. I'll let you guys know in the future. I always say that. I want to make more videos, but they always end up in the recycle bin on my computer. But anyway, I appreciate you guys for listening. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts in the comments. If you got this far, say oak tree in the comments. And thanks guys for listening. I will go back to making very simple videos that have a start, an intro, go into the content, and then end with a conclusion, because those don't turn into videos like this. All right guys, see ya.